And pull back that a little. Okay, I switched to the headset. Does it sound better? Okay, we'll have to use the headset. It is what it is. All right, so now we're going to have to pretend that we're starting this all over again, right? So from the beginning, we're just coming up live. You're just seeing me now, right? Need to go down a little bit because cutting up the top of my head. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now I'll do my fancy intro that got wasted, but we'll go ahead and do that. Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of food and travel, the thrill of vichyssoise, and the agony of de meat. The human drama of culinary competition. This is another Trippy Food Grab Bag live stream. Yeah, there we go. We have Pikachu. Now, Pikachu, I don't remember if I've seen you on the live stream before or not, but hello, Pikachu. If I have not, I mean, if I have and I just don't remember, then please forgive me. But please remind me where you're from and what brings you to the channel. You're probably related to me, and I'm probably just getting that wrong. I'm pouring myself a nice cup of coffee. It is still morning, so I can still call it my morning coffee, and I'm drinking it out of my doodle mug. Okay, Janice is here. Ice Hand is here. Adam is here. Jessica is here. So we have the people who were here before, just waiting for some other people to come in. What did I need to do? I needed to do something. I know what it was. Take my vitamins. One of the vitamins I take is vitamin D, and so what not the last time, but one of the times that I went to the doctor said you have a vitamin D deficiency. Do you know why? And I said yes, because I stay out of the sun. So I take vitamin D. I'm not a sun worshiper or Helios, a Helios worshiper, which would be like God of the sun or something along those lines. So we have another grab bag live stream to do. I apologize for changing the time on you like this, but tomorrow I am busy all day and was not going to be able to get out of that. Not nor do I want to. It is my 20th anniversary and 20th wedding anniversary, not 20th anniversary of the show. Otherwise, I would spend it with you guys. And so yeah, I'm doing that. And I didn't do a live stream last week, so I didn't want to go 2 weeks without doing a live stream. So I moved the date and the time up. Now, hopefully, we'll get some of the people from Europe because we made it a little bit earlier, and hopefully we will see Greg of tomorrow here. That would be nice because it's Sunday in Australia and not Monday. Tom is here, and then I decided to do it earlier for a couple of reasons. One, maybe we can get the Europeans on, and two, I know Tom is live streaming today, and I didn't want to interfere with his because I know a lot of the people kind of spend time on both channels. So, or even Janice's channel. So, but Janice doesn't live stream yet, but we should do something about that. So. All right, let's go back to Pikachu. So we did say hello, Pikachu, and then I think I said, I'm sorry if I don't remember you, and can you tell us where you're from and what brings you to our channel? And when I say where you're from, I don't need a street address or anything like that, but closest metropolitan area, that's fine. Or, major rural area. Rural? That's decent coffee. It's not great coffee, but it's decent coffee. All right, still waiting for some other people to. Oh, thank you, Iceland and Tom and everybody else who said congrats that I might have missed. Let's see, we are on live chat. Good, we are on. It's good to be on live chat. We have 6 people in the room. Seems a little bit low, but again, we changed the time and the date. I mean the day. So yeah, you never know. Let me do some housekeeping here and make that a little bit smaller. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. That would be good. Let me. You don't know what it is when I'm saying that or this because obviously you can't see, but I can put my stuff that I read off of. I can put it like right over my head, actually in the video itself, so I can still look at you and the text itself at the same time. So that'd be kind of cool. So we're just waiting for some more people to come in. We have 6. Well, we're at 11:18. I don't know. We should start pretty soon, I think. But and we might not get a lot. Like I said, we might not get a lot of people. Because we changed the day, and we changed the time. So we might not get as many people. I was hoping we would get more, but we'll see. All right. So we might as well just get on with it. And we're going to start with our adult beverage, which is here. This sounded really good, too good to pass up. This is from Hardywood Park Craft Brewery. And this is Hardywood Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter. It's at a whopping 9.2% ABV. So you may see Trippy. Yeah, I haven't even drank it yet. You may see Tipsy Val today if I end up drinking that whole thing. But it's a dark chocolate peanut butter porter, which sounds amazing. I do like porters and stouts, and I do like that kind of coffee and chocolate kind of taste. But it actually has real peanut butter in it. I don't know if it has real. Let's see, with peanut butter and natural flavors. I don't know if chocolate is actually one of those flavors. It says notes of rich dark chocolate, but notes means it kind of reminds you of that. It doesn't mean there's actually chocolate in it. Contains peanuts and lactose. So lactose is like from milk, and peanuts are from peanuts. So I don't know. Maybe it's chocolate milk or something. I don't see like a full list of ingredients, so it's really hard to say. But anyways, again, saw this, thought it would be kind of cool. So for those wondering about last week, why we did not live stream last Sunday, is that I was with Matt Zion from Reckless Eating, and we were filming another We Go main show, and so we did it in the Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena area. I think we went to Alhambra too, but it was just because we were going to go to some place in Pasadena that had ice cream, and they were closed, so we ended up going to Alhambra to Fosselman's instead. So we did went to a lot of fun places. I'm looking forward to seeing the video, but should be a lot of fun. Good to be back to normal. Did not hear the answer, but how's the weather there? The summer officially here. Well, yeah, the summer's not here yet. So we had one day last week for some bizarre reason. Well, one day it was close to 90 degrees, but then the rest of the week was like in the 60s, in the high 60s. I think today's supposed to be 70s, but it's warm, it's sunny, it's nice. I'm not crazy about the sun, but but it's out there if I decide to check it out. A guy in Colorado. Oh, old guy. Yeah, so she's talking to old guy. All right. So again, we're going to try this Hardywood dark chocolate peanut butter porter. Now, as long as we're on the subject of peanut butter, let's talk about Reese's peanut butter cups. And tell me, what were Reese's peanut butter cups originally called? Again, what were Reese's peanut butter cups originally called? Let's go ahead and open this. We don't need Richard Simmons today because we're just using cans today. I have my straw in case this thing has a huge head. I don't see Julie. I think she had some parties to go, some like kid parties, or she was hosting kids or something today. So I don't know that she may not be joining us today. That would be nice to see her, but man, that's just very dark. Look at that. Can't even see through that. You can't see the bubbles in our Trippy Food beer tornado glass. Colorado can't wait to hear your meeting call today. Okay. Oh, making goulash. All right. Goulash. I don't know, Tom, exactly. I'm because I can't say that I've actually had goulash, but what I have had is American chop suey, which is something that's big in New England, and I have a feeling that American chop suey is very, very similar, if not the same thing as goulash, but they just call it American chop suey. When is Val, Tom, and Janice collaboration video next? I have two videos to edit. They're just taking a little bit longer. So one is from the original farmers market in Los Angeles, and the other is from the La Brea tar pits. So I have those two to edit, and there's a lot of little pieces, and it's a lot longer video, so it's going to take me a while to edit. I think Tom might have one or two that he has not put out yet, and I don't know. I think Janice put all hers out already. So I recently learned the original goulash is a soup, not a stew. That would make sense. They were called Bob, but never caught on, so they went with peanut. Bob. All right, here we go. Cheers, mate. Ooh, there's some strange flavors in there. So here's the thing. This is good. I get the chocolate taste. I get the peanut butter taste, and I get the porter, the taste of the porter. It ooh, there's something almost like I'm always tasting like coffee grounds in there. Wow. That has some really interesting flavors. Now, on the downside, because it has such a high ABV, you can actually taste that alcohol. You get that kind of alcohol bite from there, which I'm not really crazy about, but it's still a really good tasting porter. I dare say this would make a good beer float. So I got two cans of this just because it looked good. I think what I might do is I might make a beer float with this, trying to decide what kind of ice cream. Maybe coffee ice cream. I think coffee ice cream would go well with this. So I think I might actually do that. Make a beer float with the other one. So there we go. I am going to give that a thumbs up. Again, really well. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward slightly. And the only reason it's trending downward slightly is that kind of alcohol, that kind of alcohol taste is a little bit over the top. And so I just wish that was kind of toned down a little bit. So thumbs up, trending downward slightly, but still trending downward. There is a huge gap between Hungarian and American goulash. Well, but the thing is the thing that I would eat is not even American goulash, but American chop suey. I'm guessing, and correct me if I'm wrong, because it seems like they would put that on everything. That Hungarian goulash would have paprika in it, and I don't know that American chop suey they use paprika very much. So so I don't know, Tom. You're the one putting it together, so I'm guessing that you did some research and you might know. Oh, let's see. Okay, so our question was, what were Reese's peanut butter cups called originally? And I think Tom said Bob originally, but didn't catch on, so they went with peanut butter cups. Let's see. Janice Yamanak said peanut cups or penny cups. Penny cups. Uh, yes, paprika is a huge part of the flavor. Yeah, I would think it would be. Um, Yes, they were in fact called penny cups. They were called penny cups because if you can believe this, a Reese's peanut butter cup when it first came out cost a penny. A penny. And I don't know, I don't think it was the little ones. I think it was like the regular size one. Like when you buy the pack, it comes in two. Where they used I think like for like on Halloween they have the single size ones, but it's essentially getting a Reese's peanut butter cup that's two in one package is what you would buy at the store. But I think like for Halloween they give out the single one with one of those in it, and I think that's the one that used to cost a penny. Everything's gone up. I don't even know how much it is now. Like what is it, $1 or something like that, or maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of lost track on how much they used when we were kids, there was this place called Fellsway Spa, and we used to go to Fellsway Spa, and they used to have penny candy. So they said these bins of penny candy, and they called it penny candy because each piece of candy that you bought was a penny. And It was stuff like squirrel nut zippers and Mary Janes and uh, those little flying saucers, the ones that made from communion wafers with little nonpareils in them and everything. But every one you bought, every little piece of candy you bought, 1 penny. So you could buy this like for $1, get this whole paper bag full of candies. If you got penny candies and you got like 100 of them, $1 would buy you all those. Now, I think I remember like Reese's cup. Well, Reese's cups came out back in I think it was the 20s, if I'm not mistaken. And I think when I was a kid, to buy the Reese's cup, just a single Reese's cup, was something like 5 cents or something like that. But I don't even know. I can't even tell you how much that is now. Alrighty. So let me get rid of this. Oh, I did not mention that Hardywood Park Craft Brewery was founded in 2011 by Eric McKay. All right, next, we're going to do Oreos. I know, but these are Chinese Oreos. And I don't mean like, they live in China. I mean, it is a product of China. Let's put that up there. Let's see. There's nothing you can read. That's okay. So we are doing matcha ice cream Oreos. This is a product of China. Oreos are made by Nabisco, which is the national biscuit company. It was founded in 1898 by William Moore, Adolphus Green, and John Zeller in Chicago, Illinois. Oreos were introduced by Nabisco in 1912, but they were first launched in China in 1996. So, again, this is matcha green tea Oreos, which actually sounds pretty good. So our question is, in what country did matcha green tea originate? It's not like a type of tea. It's not like a species of tea leaves or anything. It's a certain preparation, a certain way to grow the tea in the shade and harvest certain leaves and then process them a certain way. That's how they make matcha. So they make it into a powder. So in what country did matcha green tea originate? Let's go ahead and try these. Have you heard of the new flavor Oreos that just came out? It's Galaxy something. I have not heard that. Maybe it's Galaxy Quest, just like Mother used to make. Did anybody see that movie, Galaxy Quest? It's one of my favorite movies because it's sort of a takeoff of Star Trek. It's not a takeoff of Star Trek in that it's like it's supposed to be like Star Trek itself. It's a parody of the show of the Star Trek show. So there are these actors who are from a show that's similar to Star Trek, but the show is canceled and they're on the sci-fi convention tour, and they get mistaken for actual starship commanders or whatever. It's a comedy. There's some dark moments in it, but it's a comedy and it's done really, really well. And a lot of the things that make it funny is that a lot of the things that are typical on those types of shows and everything, they're in there. Like, so for instance, they're trying to defuse a bomb, and they say, "Wait, it'll stop at 3 seconds." Like, how do you know? Because it always stops at 3 seconds. Let's see. You want to run early today? I am on today, which is Saturday and not Sunday. Yes, I am. I am on early because I think I have stuff to do this afternoon. Well, I mean, have stuff to do this afternoon. I wanted to move it up early so that the Europeans could join, and hopefully we have like Greg of tomorrow, and maybe some of the people from Land Down Under would join us as well. But we'll see. So let's see. Steve Russell, for some reason, old guy can't see you. Oh, Tom, are you on live chat or top chat? And let's see. It's weird. Janice can't see him either. Must have been Peru. I might do wish him hello for me if you can. I just see Steve just fine. Oh, okay. Galaxy Quest is very, very good. Yeah, I love that movie. Chuck Rowland must be so excited that Matt Zion is not into drinking like he was before, as far as for logo coconut goes in coconut flavor in other stuff. Yeah, Matt's trying to scale back on the alcohol. So when we did the We Go Main show on Sunday, this past Sunday, we did we we stopped at a place called the Bigfoot Lodge, which is it's this really rustic kind of thing in the middle of LA, and we did do that, and we each had a beer, but just a beer. So Galaxy Quest is one of our favorite sci-fi movies. Yeah, me too. I love that movie. I guess you could is it like it is it does qualify as sci-fi because there's actual like real, real as far as the movie goes, real like aliens and stuff involved in it, but but it's also a comedy, and there's you don't have a lot of sci-fi comedies. All right, here we go. Matcha tea Oreos. Now, I know just from looking at the box that, well, I can have you look at the box, that the cookie is just your standard Oreo cookie, but the filling is the matcha green tea. Smells like an Oreo. Your Beatles impersonation is on point. Well, thank you very much. I'm happy just to be working. The thing I don't like about the Oreos in general is that kind of gritty, crystally paste that's in the middle of it that's like tastes very artificial. But these I like because this is creamy. The inside's creamy. Yeah, the cookies do have a nice taste of cocoa. I suppose the other ones probably do too, but it's that inside part that ruins it for me. I think if Oreos just had the cocoa or chocolate cookie itself, I'd probably enjoy those because that's okay. But it's the filling of the Oreos that I'm not really crazy about. These are actually really good, for Oreos. Really sweet though. I don't think I could eat a lot of them, but really sweet, and they're cool because that's what it says right there. It says they're cool. I'm going to give those a thumbs up. If you like Oreos, you will still like those because it has that flavor of the cookie. If you're not crazy about the filling in an Oreo, you're okay there too because it's a nice creamy matcha tea filling. And so yeah, thumbs up on that one. So my question was, well, I didn't mention, I neglected to mention about Nabisco. Nabisco or National Biscuit Company, who makes Oreos, was founded in 1898 by William Moore, Adolphus Green, and John Zeller in Chicago, Illinois. Oh no, I did say that. Never mind. Color on the Oreo box looks like it's a Peeps kind of thing. Yeah, a little bit. It does. Hold that thought though, because we do have a Peeps question coming up because we're doing some Peeps. Not we're sort of doing some Peeps. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. So, our question was, in which country did matcha green tea originate? Let's see. Got to go back a little bit. Janice Yamanaka says China. Tom says Nebraska. The USA in Nebraska. Adam says Malaysia or Tanzania. Ice Hand said must have been Peru at Machu Picchu. That's right. That's a good guess. That would be cool if that was the case, but it's not the case. Janice is correct. China. Now, the reason that's kind of a trick question is because Japan is more known for matcha tea, matcha green tea, than China. The reason is that China had originally developed the creation of matcha tea, matcha green tea, but it was I'm not sure the reason why, but it was kind of declared outlawed in the 1400s. And so once it was declared outlawed in the 1400s, and the Japanese took over, and then they perfected the growing in the shade process, the whole process. So from the 1400s on, the Japanese kind of took over that, but it actually originated in China. All righty then. Matt said something along the lines of it would be a while before you saw each other again. Yeah, probably. I'm going to try to fix it so that it's not. So we are probably moving. I'm not sure exactly when. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to like say anything before it happens or anything. So relocating and everything. And let's just put it this way: you'll probably see a lot more of Julie. Did you know that panko bread isn't baked? Uh, I no, I didn't know that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with panko bread. I'm familiar with panko bread crumbs, but not panko bread. So I honestly don't know how it's made. I just know that they call it panko breadcrumbs. So there we go. Alrighty. So more housekeeping. We did say to hold that thought on Peeps, and here's why. We're going to go into our cost plus world market grab bag. Not everything was from Cost Plus World Market. Those Oreos were. They were from Cost Plus World Market. It's cooked through electric current. Wow. I bet many a baker was electrocuted making those. Let's put those over there. So that's why I said, did we have something that we were leaning this on? Maybe not. Let me put this up here because then there's the risk that that's going to spill all over everything. That's always nice. Okay, so we're back to Peeps. Probably because we're getting close to Easter. So Peeps are really popular around Easter time and start to see the different Peep stuff. So this is Kellogg's Peeps cereal snack. Now we've done Peeps cereal before. I think what we did was we started out with the Peeps cereal and then we added, we tried to get Peeps milk. We could not get Peeps milk, so we made our own Peeps milk. There was a company that used to make Peeps milk, and we did one of our episodes was on Peeps milk. So we actually did an episode on Peeps milk. But we we did Peeps milk. We've done different kinds of Peeps, and we did the Peeps cereal before. But this is marketed a little bit differently, and that's why I wanted to try these because this is marketed as a snack. So it's not really like marketed as a cereal; it's marketed as a snack. So this particular cereal is from Kellogg's. Kellogg's was founded in 1906 by Will Keith Kellogg's or W. Key Kellogg in Battle Creek, Michigan. But Peeps are produced by a company called Just Born, which was founded in 1923 by Sam Bourne. Now you know where the name came from. In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. In 1953, they acquired Rada Candy Company, who had first created Peeps. So that's where Peeps come. Peeps are from Just Born, and the cereal is from Kellogg. So it's a collaboration. So again, this is called a cereal snack, and it's in a like a chip bag, so it's just meant to be eaten out of there with no milk and sugar. Like people actually put sugar on this stuff. It's funny because it says best if used by November 23rd, 2025. That's not a big shelf life for something like this, especially for like a type of cereal. So let's ask a Peeps trivia question, and I think somebody had mentioned something about the color of the box looked like Peeps. So let's talk about Peeps and let's talk about color. What was the first Peeps color besides yellow? So originally and for a long time, Peeps came out, they were yellow. But what was the first Peeps color besides yellow? From the bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. They almost don't have a smell. They look like Fruit Loops. Let's do this so you can see them. They look like Fruit Loops, a little bit thicker than Fruit Loops, and it looks like okay. They looks like they have little Peeps marshmallows in them. So there's like a little Peeps marshmallow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a piece of the cereal. Oh, that is sugary. That in itself is sugary. Peeps are like exceptionally sugary. That cereal is very sugary. It tastes like a crunchy, sugar coated Cheerio. I wonder what grain they use. Let's see. Corn. Let's see. Is it just corn? This is just corn. They use corn. I don't think Cheerios are oats. I don't think they're Cheerios are corn. Let's try one of the Peeps. And this basically looks like a Lucky Charm marshmallow. So I'm guessing it probably tastes like that. Grub Warp is here. Welcome, Grub Warp. Steve Russell, did I mention that you? I think I answered your question, but I don't know if I acknowledged that you. This looks like a dog bone. I don't know what that is. That's weird. All right, so let's try together. So I'm going to try a pink and a pink together. It's really sugary. As far as flavor goes, I'm not really getting a marshmallow flavor. It's getting sugar. So, like, I suppose if you put, I'm, I'm thinking. I know I shouldn't do that. I'm going to take some of these marshmallows. Let's get some of the peepee ones. I have a cup of water here, and I'm going to drop them in the water. And we're going to marshmallowize them. Rob Casper? Where's Rob Casper? Oh, there's Rob Casper. I know you don't like Flamin Hot. Well, I don't like Flamin Hot because I don't like the. It kind of has a chemical taste. It's not that I don't like you know, the flavor of the Flamin Hot. I might even have some Flamin Hot stuff today. I'm not sure. You should try Rolled Gold Selects Flamin Hot Honey Mustard. I don't know Rolled Gold even did that. You're talking about pretzels, right? They're really interesting and delicious. I will. Rob, I have a question for you. I don't recognize your name as having been on the stream before, and I'm old, so it's possible that I've forgotten. But just if you've been here before and I don't remember, then refresh my memory. And if not, let us know where you're from. Closest metropolitan area is fine, and what brings you to the channel. All right, here we go. So I kind of marshmallowize these by dipping them in water. Let's see if it makes a difference. Just makes them softer. Still tastes like sugar. Not really like marshmallow. Well, I don't know. These are kind of a novelty. It does taste a lot like the cereal. It's just in a snack form where you're supposed to eat them dry and everything. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. They're okay. It's been done before. It's sugary. It doesn't taste like you're eating a peep. So yeah, thumbs in the middle, I think, on that one. All right, our question was, what was the first Peeps color besides yellow? So let's see. Ice Hand said pink. Tom, old guy, said fuchsia. Let's see. Was there anybody else? How did Janice not answer this question? Flavor tastes like pure sugar because that's what the Peeps is, only made of that. That's true. Been here occasionally. I'm from Mid-Coast, Maine. Oh, a maniac. And I've followed Reckless Eating since 2012, so I've been a fan of your channel for a while. Well, welcome, Rob. Everybody, please give Rob Casper a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. Welcome, Rob. Glad you can make it. All right. So, Rob, I'll just kind of go over this. I might have done this before. I might have gone over this before, so I'll just kind of like go over it, especially if there's anybody else that's new to the channel, just to differentiate between us and Reckless Eating. If you ever see me on Reckless Eating, you'll know that Val does blue work on Reckless Eating. So Val will drop the F bomb. Val will occasionally get tipsy and stuff on Reckless Eating, which I won't do here. And the reason is that I try to make Trippy Food a family-friendly channel. Not a family channel, but a family-friendly channel, which means that you can watch this with your kids and not have to cover their ears, send them out of the room, or have to explain anything uncomfortable to them, right? We try to do that. And then the other general rule, is that we don't talk about religion or politics. It's not that I don't have a view on religion or politics. It's just that everybody has a view on religion and politics, and they very seldom come together. So we could spend 2 hours arguing about our different views about religion and politics, but I'd rather talk about food and travel on the channel, so we don't do politics or religion on the channel. But other than that, the sky's the limit. We try to keep the language at bay, but occasionally we'll do like we'll do double entendre stuff, and that's fine. That's not a big deal. It's like like again, we're not trying to be like, you know, I don't know. We're just trying to make it so that you can watch this with your kids. My own kid, well, let's say my grandkids, right? Because my kids are adults, but my own grandkids have been on the channel, and I've had grandkids on the channel. I've had other kids on the channel and everything, and I can do that because it's family friendly. So let's put it this way: it's Doodle, the Prince of Darkness. Doodle, I would offer you some Peeps, but sugar is not good for you. Well, honestly, it's not good for me either. Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. Doodle, you want to say hi to your adoring public? They're out there. No, you don't. I know you think you want this, but you don't. Trust me on this. You don't want that. There's nothing pleasant about that. Here, I'll tell you what. I do have a snack for you. I do have a snack for you. I have Trader Joe's smoked chicken tenders, which are really good because the only ingredient in here is chicken, unless you consider smoke an ingredient. As chicken. So it's essentially like a chicken jerky. But and the thing is, I've tried these and they're actually pretty good. But the thing is, there's no seasoning in it. There's no salt, pepper, or anything else like that. So it can taste a little bit bland. But every once in a while, I'll take a bite of these. Here you go, dude. Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. And Doodle will probably be back. I told you a few years ago, my dad also looks kind of like Jay Leno too. Yeah, that's one of my curses in life, I think. The We Go where you were in Vegas eating the pizza with the hot sauce tipsy was pretty funny. Exactly. But you won't see that on Trippy Food, but go. They call that Tipsy Val, and that is very famous, a very very famous scene. I would post it here, but Val uses some off-color language in that video, and so I'm not going to post it here, but yeah, we were in Vegas doing a We Go main show, and we went to, I think it's called Secret Pizza. I think it's in the Cosmopolitan, and there's no signs or anything. You have to know where it is, and you go down this corridor, and it's right down the end of the corridor, and they sell you like either whole pizzas or slices of pizza. So I had this can of clamato or clamato. Let's call the whole thing off. And it's like 5% ABV, but for some reason, maybe I drank it too fast or something, and I just got a little bit loopy. And then Matt put the camera on me and asked me if I would review the pizza, which I did. And I had a bottle of the Last Dab Triple X with me. I don't know why I had that bottle with me, but I put some of that on the pizza. And well, it's it's interesting. It's fun. It doesn't embarrass me. It's fun. So if you are fans of Reckless Eating, go out to that channel and look for that episode. I think it might be the Hidden Pizza or something about Las Vegas, but it was Las Vegas when we did about maybe 3 years ago or so. So all right. So the question was, what was the first Peeps color besides yellow? I don't think I answered that yet, and I have to go far back to see it. Let's see. Okay. Ice Hand said pink. Tom said fuchsia. And that looks like the only guesses. Janice, I didn't see you guess, which is really unusual. But the first Peeps colors, maybe you guessed and I missed it, but we'll just go ahead anyway. The first Peeps color, the first different color. Thank you, Janice. Janice posted the link for Tipsy Val in Vegas on Reckless Eating. So there it is. I think we do some other stuff first, so you have to kind of go through it to find it. So, but there it is. The first different color of Peeps was actually lavender, which was introduced in 1995. So fuchsia is close, Tom. It's closer than you would think. Lavender was the first other color introduced, which was introduced in 1995. Now they have all kinds of colors. There's white ones and brown ones, and depending on the flavor, I think. I will tell you that my favorite Peep, and I'll tell you why. My favorite Peep is the Dr. Pepper ones, and it's because they nailed the flavor of Dr. Pepper. I'm not crazy about the Peeps because they're, it's sweet marshmallow and stuff like that, but they nailed the flavor of Dr. Pepper. So I like those Peeps the best, probably. Alrighty, let's move on. We're a little bit late, but it's probably because we had audio problems at the beginning. So let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to do something a little bit weird. And now for something completely different. Where are you? Here you are. I'm going to use this. They're called Gupperz. It's a really weird name, Gupperz. It almost looks like something from a site that you don't want your kids going on. That pinball director in Vegas seemed pretty chill. He was pretty chill. That was a really cool place, Steve. The Pinball Hall of Fame is what it's called, and they had hundreds, literally hundreds, of pinball and video games and stuff like that. That place was amazing, and everything in there is playable. So you just go in there with a roll of quarters and go to town. It's a lot of fun. That place is really amazing. So if you plan on a trip out to Vegas, Nashies, is Nashies here? I didn't see Nashies. Maybe Nashies isn't here. I think Nashies is in Vegas. So the question was, has Nashies been out there? But we'll see. Anyways, these are Gupperz gummy pickle liquid filled poppers. It sounds like something you buy from a drug dealer. Like, hey, I need some of them Gupperz gummy pickle liquid filled poppers. I got these at Cost Plus World Market, which is an odd place for that. And I just kind of saw them and like, what are these? This is a product of China, and Gupperz is a product line of Lux Candies, which was founded in 2024. So because they're called liquid filled poppers, our question is going to be about poppers. So here's the question. The question is, what band's frontman is John Popper? Again, what band's frontman is John Popper? All right, let's see what this is all about. Juicy sour pickle, artificially flavored center. Sweet pickle, artificially flavored gummy candy. Poppin' pickles. Everything's like pickle, 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 but it's artificially flavored. So that's disappointing. Let's see. Ingredients: glucose syrup, sugar, dextrose. That's all sugars. Beef gelatin. That's interesting. Concentrated juice. It doesn't say what kind of juice. Citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Malic acid, sodium citrate, carnauba wax, vegetable oil, artificial flavors. Okay. If you're a diehard pickle head, get ready to have your taste buds blown. It's artificial. When these Gupperz poppin' pickles burst in your mouth with deliciously puckerific pickle juice. So close to the jar and close the jar and rip open this bag to say yuppers, these Gupperz. Don't close that jar because you're actually eating a real pickle and these are artificially flavored. So there we go. All right, let's see what this is all about. I think I saw something here that was like, oh, squeeze edges to pop open individual candies. Squeeze edges. All right, they're sealed in plastic, individually sealed in plastic. So I guess you squeeze the edges of the plastic, or do you open it to pop open? Oh, to pop open. Okay. All right. I don't know what that did, but this is how you open it. It is liquid filled. Wow, that's a lot of work. Okay, so they get an A for creativity because that looks like a pickle, right? Does that not look like a pickle? There is a hole in that. I don't know what the deal is on that hole. So the idea is these are liquid filled. They're gummies. Looks like a slug, doesn't it? Looks like a slug. I want to put salt on that, see what happens. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's liquid. It's kind of a thick liquid. You can see that there's like a little hole that they inject. I just muted that while I yelled at Doodle. I didn't want to yell in your ear. He's barking at something. Probably another dog. Hmm. No, they don't taste like pickle. No, I'm not getting dill. I'm not getting sour. There's flavor there, but I really can't tell what kind of flavor that is. It is a strange product, Steve. But that's what we're all about here, Steve. Strange products. Yeah, Jessica, they did. I can't remember what was red dye number 5 or 2. Tom, do you remember which red dye they actually made illegal because it was toxic, because of its toxicity? None of it can be good. I think like for a lot of times you'll see things that are use natural flavor, natural coloring, and so for some of those things for natural coloring, it's like caramel coloring. I think might be like they actually might like burn sugar for that color. Annatto coloring, you'll see that listed as annatto coloring, and that comes from marigold petals. So they get that yellow color from the marigold petals. Sometimes that yellow or red comes from um, what's the thing that looks like ginger, but it's not. That little kind of root thing. Somebody help me out. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know what it is. Um, it looks like like a little larva or something. Like if you've ever seen ginger, it kind of looks like ginger. What is that? Turmeric. Turmeric. They use turmeric for coloring. They use something called carmine coloring, which is a red coloring. And carmine coloring comes from I think it's called the echinil. The echinil. Uh, they call it a beetle, but it's not a beetle. It's not a hard-shelled beetle, but it's an insect that lives on cactus. And you might see it like if you ever seen cactus and it has looks like white foam on that. And if you press your finger on that white foam, you're crushing those insects, and it turns red. So they use that red coloring in food. So like vegans, they might drink something like ocean spray cranberry juice that might be added red color using this carmine coloring, which actually comes from insects. So red dye number 3 was recently banned in the U.S. Okay, I know that one of the red dyes has been banned for a long time. I just can't remember which one it was. I thought it was number 5. I could be wrong then. All right. So the question was, what? Because we're talking about poppers. What band's frontman is John Popper? And Iceland said, "Hang on." Sorry about that. Doodle was standing in the window barking everything that went by, so I had to kill him. I had no choice. I didn't kill him. He'll be back in a little bit, probably. All right. So what band's frontman is John Popper? Icehan said Blues Traveler. Steve Russell said Blues Traveler. Jessica Stanton said Weaver. That looks like about it, and it was in fact Blues Traveler. John Popper is the lead singer and harmonica player, and sometimes guitarist for the band, and one of the founding members of the band Blues Traveler. So I think everybody got that. Not really foodie, but it's a popper, right? All right, now the next one, this one, I will qualify this by saying that Julie had done a review of this, and you've probably seen it. But I think it was, I think she did it as a Trippy Quickie, if I'm not mistaken. She had already done a review of this. I haven't tried it, and so I just thought I would try it because I couldn't find it. She found it, so I asked her if she would do the review on it, which she did. But I just recently found it. I found it in like in like a Mediterranean grocery for some bizarre reason. That's the only place I saw it. So I said, well, I haven't tried it, so I'm going to try it. But then I thought, well, as long as I'm trying it, I might as well do it live. So I got it for the live stream to do on live stream. So this is Cheetos Flamin' Hot. Now, who's the one that was talking about Flamin' Hot earlier? Cheetos Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Cheetos, and these are relatively new. But I've been looking all over them. I could not find them, but Julie did manage to find them. These are from Frito-Lay. Cheetos themselves were first created by Charles Elmer Doolin in 1948 at the Frito Company. And the Frito Company was founded in 1932 in San Antonio, Texas by Charles Doolin. In 1961, the Frito Company merged with H.W. Lay and Company to become Frito-Lay, which merged in 1965 with the Pepsi Cola Company to become PepsiCo. So it's all one big happy company now. But Cheetos were originally created by the Frito Company, and then when they merged with H.W. Lay, then it was a Frito-Lay product, and now it's all PepsiCo, which is funny because you can see there's a Pepsi next to it, sitting next to it. So, why? Oh, that's right. Okay. Uh, and funny, it should follow after this. So hopefully it has more of a pickle taste than these do, because these don't have any pickle taste whatsoever. Um, did I rate that? If I didn't rate that, I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. And the only reason is it doesn't have a lower rating because it says pickle all over it and there's no pickle flavor. The only reason they did a little a lower rating is because they're weird, which you get points for on this channel. All right, so the question is, what property of dill caused it to be recommended for Russian space flights? Again, what property of dill caused it to be recommended for Russian space flights? All right, let's give this a try and see what this is all about. Again, Julie did review these on our channel, I think a couple weeks ago, but I'm trying them for the first time, and I just thought this would be the appropriate place for it. It smells like pickles. It definitely has a pickle smell to it. They look just like, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And it has that vinegar. Oh, that's so weird. Because the first thing you get is that vinegar bite, but then the Flamin' Hot takes over. And from what I know about vinegar and anything that's hot is that vinegar kind of escalates the heat. Now, very, very, very few things that say something has a dill pickle taste actually have a dill pickle taste. They just use the vinegar, the salt, the dill, stuff like that, but not the pickle itself. So they don't use any cucumber or anything like that. This, let's see, what does this have in it? Garlic powder, potassium, salt, artificial color. Let's see, sour cream. Well, I don't know why it has sour cream in it. Yeast extract, cream, cheddar cheese. What's the whole thing about cheese? It's Flamin' Hot pickle, dill pickle. So why the milk and cream? Oh, for the cheese. Okay, never mind. Swiss cheese, butter, and Monterey Jack cheese. There's a lot of cheese in there. So I don't really see. I didn't see acetic acid or vinegar listed, but I'm definitely getting that, that burn, and that smell. So I don't know. I don't see where it says like, oh, natural flavors. It's just its natural flavors. It doesn't say what those natural flavors are. I'm getting the vinegar. I'm getting the dill pickle smell, but not so much of that dill taste. These are pretty good. They're better than just the Flamin' Hot Cheetos because it just adds this extra kind of layer of unusual to it. I'm going to go ahead and give those a thumbs up, trending downward slightly. And the reason I'm trending downward slightly is because I need to have more of that dill flavor. The dill flavor is not really there. Again, there's that vinegar bite from dill pickle. There's that smell, the dill pickle smell. But for some reason, the dill flavor itself seems a little bit muted, and it's possibly because it's sitting under flaming hot, and that's why it's a little bit muted. So I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward slightly, because I think and maybe it's just you can't combine dill and flaming hot and expect to be able to taste the dill out of that and everything. So you can smell it. So yeah, thumbs up, trending downward. The question was, what property of dill caused it to be recommended for Russian space flights? Let's see. Steve Russell seems to be the only one that answered that, and he said a gas suppressant. You are actually correct. It is the anti-flatulence, anti-flatulence, because the last thing you want when you're stuck in a spaceship with X number of people is to have somebody light one up and to be stuck in that small cabin with no way to open the windows or anything. So yeah, for Russian space flights, they recommended dill because of its anti-flatulence property. What am I got going on here? Oh, okay, I see. Never mind. We're okay. We're good. All righty. Moving on. It's time. Did we do 4 snacks already? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did. We did do 4 snacks. All right. And how are we doing on time? Oh, and we're halfway through. Perfect. Perfect. All right. We are going to do our soft drink, for the lack of a better term. And today's, you get that. I don't know if it's from the Flamin' Hot or from the vinegar or whatever, but you get that kind of phlegm kind of bunches back there, and then you have to swallow that. So maybe coffee will take care of that. Oh, I have water. Good. It doesn't taste like Peeps. All right. So what we are drinking today is a product of China, and it is white grapefruit green bamboo Pepsi. I know that's kind of weird. White grapefruit green bamboo Pepsi. So Pepsi was first created in 1893, and it was originally called Brad's Drink. The name was then changed to Pepsi Cola in 1898, and then it was shortened to Pepsi in 1961. So our question is, as long as we're talking about Pepsi, we're doing music trivia today. What song's lyrics contain the line, "All I wanted was a Pepsi and she wouldn't give it to me"? Again, what song's lyrics contain the line, "All I wanted was a Pepsi and she wouldn't give it to me"? All right, let's try this now. It has the sticker, so it's the only thing you can read on here. Let's see. Yes, I would be surprised if it did not have a P65 warning, and it does. It's an odd combination. I mean, white grapefruit and green bamboo. White grapefruit and green bamboo. You would think that that would make like a greenish color. It is not. It is Pepsi color, and that's really dark. You can't even see through that. Ooh, that has a nice smell. It doesn't smell like Pepsi. It has a nice smell. Hey, Freak Guru is here. Welcome, Freak. Glad you could make it today. I think the word got out slowly that we were doing a different day and a different time today. Now, I see grapefruit and I see soda, and I expect this to taste like squirt. It does not taste like squirt. That grapefruit's really subtle. Mm, what is? There's something tastes like cough syrup. There's like a really unpleasant undertaste that it literally tastes like cough syrup. I'm not kidding. I'm not like trying to. It literally tastes like cough syrup, like old-fashioned cough syrup. Not like the cherry cough syrup, the old-fashioned cough syrup that tastes like medicine. That's what this tastes like. That's not pleasant. That is not even close to be pleasant. I'm not liking this at all. Is this sugar-free? How do you even know? 94 calories. That's not a lot of calories for a Pepsi. Let's see, ingredients: water, high fructose corn syrup, just not a lot of it, and sugar. And it's still 94 calories. Well, it's a smaller can. Food additives: carbon dioxide, flavor, caramel color, caffeine, phosphate, sucralose. Where is the where's the grapefruit? Where's the bamboo? Hmm, odd little thing. That's a no for me. All right, let's try this. Well, that darkened that up, didn't it? All right, let's try this and see what happens. Ooh, it smells nice. I remember that alcohol. The beer is close to 10% ABV. Yep, and that comes out in here. Um, Now that beer had nice chocolate tones and peanut butter flavor, and the Pepsi kind of kills that, but that alcohol flavor still comes through. So it's like that cough syrupy taste from the Pepsi mixed with alcohol, which they used to put in cough syrup, by the way. Um, I mean, it tastes like medicine. It literally tastes like medicine. All right. So for that Pepsi, I'm gonna give that a I'm gonna give that a thumbs down, trending upward. And the only reason it's trending upward is because it's weird. So it gets extra points from but the flavor, straight down, thumbs down. But because of its weirdness, it's thumbs down, trending upward. Alrighty. Her question was, what song's lyrics contain the line, "All I wanted was a Pepsi, and she wouldn't give it to me"? Let's see. Janice Yamanaka guessed "Institutionalized." I don't see anybody else guessing. It was, in fact, "Institutionalized" by Suicidal Tendencies. All I wanted was a Pepsi, and she wouldn't give it to me. She says, "You're on drugs." I said, "No, Mom, I'm not on drugs. I just want a Pepsi." "I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy. I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy." Yeah, that's a fun song. All right. Now we're back into our snacks. This one looks interesting. This is HBAF. Anybody know what HBAF stands for? I mean, it does actually stands for something. What does HBAF stand for? It's not. It's not. It's an acronym. HBAF. It's pronounced BOF. BOF. HBAF. It's pronounced BOF. HBAF is healthy but awesome flavor. And I'm not making this up. I'm going by what it says on the website. And we are doing tteokbokki almonds. Here, let me show you. we are doing tteokbokki almonds. Now, this is really, and look at this guy's face. Look at this almond's face. These almonds are happy. They're all going to get eaten, but okay. So the almonds are eating the tteokbokki. They're eating that, and then the assumption is they're going to get eaten afterwards, which is why they're smiling. According to this guy, it looks like it's hot. Now, for those who don't know what tteokbokki is, well, that's part of our trivia question, but they're cakes. They're not cakes. They're like really, really, really thick noodles and short and cut. If you watched our episode where we did the actual buldak chicken, and added that to the Samyang buldak chicken noodles, there was tteokbokki mixed in with that, and basically it's essentially like almost like a pasta, or like almost like a noodle, but they're thick and chewy, and they're usually simmered in like a sauce that's made with uh, like red pepper, like a red pepper sauce, like Korean gochujang sauce. So these are a product of Korea. They're created by Glim International. That's all the information I could find on these. So here's a question. So tteokbokki, tteokbokki, which is like what this person has, what this giant almond has on their head is tteokbokki. Tteokbokki. What is tteokbokki made from? What is tteokbokki made from? These are really weird because again, it's kind of a chewy. They call it a cake, but it's like a chewy cake. How you get that flavor in almonds, I don't understand. Feeding almonds to almonds is how you get mad almond disease. No, they're feeding tteokbokki to almonds, so they're getting mad tteokbokki. Well, that's still mad almond disease. Because remember, for mad cow disease, it wasn't they were feeding cows to cows; they were feeding sheep parts to cows. That's because Doodle, you crazy dog. Stop. Stop now. Stop. People don't want to hear you bark. It's just a dog. There's a dog out there. They can't hear you bark through the window, but everyone on the channel can hear you bark. You're being a crazy dog. Stop that. Stop being a crazy dog. Doodle, the crazy prince of dogness, everybody. He's like, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Can't be barking like that. Did you finish your snack? All right. Am I on mute? I am not on mute. Probably heard me swearing at Doodle out there. It smells like almonds. They look like almonds covered with a red dust. Yes, I am eating rocks. That's an interesting flavor. It actually tastes like tteokbokki. It does. Tteokbokki flavored seasoning. Spicy flavor enhancer. Tteokbokki flavored sauce. Made with tomato. That's unusual. Red pepper powder, but that makes sense. MSG. Vegetable oil. Lecithin. Herb extract. Rice bran oil. That makes sense. And rosemary green tea extract. Contains almond, soybean, wheat. I don't get the wheat thing because tteokbokki, as Janice guessed, is made from rice. I like these. Now, the only thing is, it has like it has sucralose in it. So that's what the sweetener is. And it has kind of like an artificial sweet flavor. I think they would have been okay, not sweetening at all, not putting any kind of sweetener at all in here. I think that would have been good. The sweetener kind of throws it off a little bit, and it really kind of tastes like an artificial sweetener. I'm going to have to give that a thumbs up because, like I said, it's really good. It does have that tteokbokki flavor. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward slightly, and trending downward just because of that weird sweetness in there that I just don't think belongs in there. And Janice, again, you are correct. It is made from rice. All righty. Let's try these next. Obviously, we're getting into the spicy stuff. This is from Zack's Mighty, and these are Zack's Mighty Fiery Nacho Rolled Tortilla Chips, which you probably like recognize them, and they can't call them Takis because Takis is a brand name, but they're Fiery Nacho Rolled Tortilla Chips. Zack's Mighty was founded in 2019 by Zack Gazaniga. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Gazaniga. I was reading that wrong. By Zack Gazaniga in New York City. So, as long as we're talking about rolled tortilla chips or flautas or taquitos, what Southern California restaurant became known for popularizing the taquito in 1934? What Southern California restaurant became known for popularizing the taquito in 1934? And I'll give you a clue. We've been there. So we did a Trippy Food episode there. We have actually been there. It seems to me that we took reckless eating there as well. So, what Southern California restaurant became known for popularizing the taquito in 1934? Still open today. All right. And when I said Southern California, and I said we've been there, I'll narrow it down for you. They're in Los Angeles. All right, let's give these a try. Again, we talked about the Takis, and the name Takis comes from taquito, which they were. They're called taquitos, but they're also called flautas, which is Spanish for flute, because they look like flutes. Typically, what happens is they take tortillas and then they roll them, and they usually stuff them with something like some sort of meat. They roll them and then they fry them, sometimes deep fry them, and that's how you get either taquitos or flautas. Either term it means the same thing. Crunchy. Well, there's a nice selection of spices. It's got a powdery coating and it gets stuck in my throat. Like a hint of lime. I think there's lime in here. Tastes like it. Like a hint of it. Yellow and white corn, vegetable oil, sea salt, garlic powder, tomato powder, cayenne pepper, green bell pepper, onion powder, yeast extract, citric acid. Say it with me, because there's citric acid in everything. Cumin, annatto extract. We talked about that earlier. Annatto extract for color. Comes from marigolds. Black pepper and lactic acid. That's interesting. It doesn't have lime in it, but it's almost like a lime taste. I wonder if that's from the citric acid, because I don't see anything else that has that acid bite. They're really crunchy. I mean, they're really nice blend of spices. I like that it has all those vegetables in there as well. Really nice flavor. Really crunchy. Really nice. Those are a thumbs up. Just the right level of spice. Not too hot. Not too mild. Really, really nice corn tortilla flavor. Those are really nice. No complaints about that at all. Thumbs up. Those are really, really good. I'm trying to remember where I got those. I got those at Cost Plus World Market. All right, let's back to our question. Our question was, what Southern California restaurant became known for popularizing the taquito in 1934? Janice Yamanaka took a guess at that and said Cielito Lindo. She's actually correct. Is Cielito or Cielo Lindo, which is on Olvera Street, which is the original village of Los Angeles. Olvera Street is one of the oldest streets in the city. That's where Avila Adobe is, which was built in 1818, the oldest home in Los Angeles still standing. And at the end of that street, opened in 1934, is Cielo Lindo, and they're famous for their taquitos. They're much larger, so they take a whole tortilla and roll that up. So they're much larger. They're maybe about like that big. And I think we covered it. And I also think I took Matt Zion there with reckless eating. So there should be an. I want to say we did an episode on Olvera Street. It might have been our Day of the Dead episode. I think it might have been our Day of the Dead episode, but we go to Cielito Lindo. Theirs are stuffed with, I think it's stuffed with beef, and there's an avocado sauce they put on top of it. It's really, really good. So if you are in LA, it would be a disappointment if you missed Cielo Lindo. 1 second. You didn't want to hear or see me blow my nose, right? Okay. Janice, have you been to Cielito Lindo? Have you been there? All right, let's do this one next. We're getting into the spicy stuff. Let's just stand this guy up right here. That's going to fall. Let's see how long that lasts there. This is from Jack Link's. We've done some of their products before. This is Jack Link's Hot Wild Snack Stick. Now, I thought it was unusual that they call it snack stick and not meat stick or beef stick, but they do call it a snack stick. And again, this is from Jack Link's. Link Snacks. It's Jack Link's, not Link. It's not like Link's is a product. Link is his last name. His name is John Link. And Link Snacks was founded by John Link in 1986 in Minong, Wisconsin. So here's a question for you. Which pro baseball team signed a sponsorship agreement with Link Snacks in 2013? And I'll give you a clue. A lot of their marketing is based on the whole Sasquatch thing, right? So which pro baseball team signed a sponsorship agreement with Link Snacks? And that's not a clue like, oh, it's the blah 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 Sasquatches. I don't think there is a National or American League baseball team called the Sasquatches. Let's see. It's unusual because they don't have a picture of Sasquatch on the label, but they usually do. Tom is live streaming now. Bye bye. Oh, bye bye, Pikachu. It was nice having you. Not to do a review. I've been there. It's been years since I've been there. Oh. Now, hang on a second. Tom, Pikachu says Tom is live streaming right now. Bye bye. And then Tom says, I am not. Okay. Now you find out who your friends are. There should have been a team called the Squatches. I agree with you. Pikachu's calling you a liar, Tom. You're obviously here, but they're saying that you're live streaming. Why would you live stream at 12:32? Well, 12:30, because you usually do it on the hour. If I'm not mistaken, Tom, you're live streaming right after this, right? I don't have to cut this, but what time, Tom? No, 30 minutes. Okay. So you're starting right when we're finishing. Answer to the question, Jack Links. What is the answer to the question, Jack Links? Freak, did you? Oh, they should have team called the Sasquatches. They should, but they don't. So think of it. It's a National or American League, NBA. NBA, is it NBA? What is the baseball National Baseball Association? NBA? No, it's basketball. What do they call it? The baseball, the whole baseball thing. It's a pro baseball team. MLB. Thank you, Freak. I'm not into sports. Well, New Jersey has the New Jersey Devils, so professional sports team is named after cryptid. It is, and it's funny because some places like they don't like the whole devil thing. It's like I think it's Tampa Ray used to have a team called the Devil Rays, and people, oh my God, we can't be named after a devil, and they took the devil out, so that's like the Tampa Bay Rays now. But now it sounds like a bunch of guys named Ray, as opposed to like a stingray. So Devil Rays made more sense, but yeah, can't have anything nice. This is no joke. This is made with beef, pork, and chicken. All of those, casing colored, smoke flavor added. So I have had some of these that are supposed to be like Flamin Hot or hot, hot. This, no lie, is hot. This is hot. I mean, like really hot. I like the casing that they're using. It might be artificial, but some of the other ones are kind of like greasy and taste and are like have a texture of plastic, and this one does not. And maybe because it has a blend of meats that makes it different and interesting. That's hot. That's hot. I mean, I'm not. They're not messing around. It's hot. Everything it says hot, and it is very hot. If you have a low tolerance to capsaicin, stay away from that. That's very hot. Yeah, high level of heat. Nice flavor though. I do like the mix of meats in there. It's still a nice, really nice flavor. Nice texture, not greasy. Thumbs up. Thumbs up on that one. But not for the meek of tongue. It packs a punch. So our question was, which baseball team signed a sponsorship agreement with Link Snacks in 2013? New Jersey Devils could have worked, but it's not, unfortunately, the New Jersey Devils. Let's see other guesses. I think it is Janice. If it's the one where we were, because we did a couple of Dia de los Muertos episodes. One was in the old city of Los Angeles, and the other one was at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. We did that one too. So it's the one we did in LA. I think it's in that episode, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Which pro baseball team signed a sponsorship agreement with Link Snacks in 2013? Did anyone guess that? Yes, Janice Hamanaka said that it's Seattle Mariners. It was in fact the Seattle Mariners. And if it doesn't make sense to anybody, the explanation is that Seattle is in Washington State, and Washington State and Oregon is where most of the Sasquatch sightings have been, and so that's I think that's probably why they wanted a team up there that was in the area where Sasquatch was reported. Now, I will tell you, as far as cryptids or cryptozoology goes, there is a excellent museum in Portland, Maine. So any of you in New England should check this out. In Portland, Maine, there is I think it's called the International Cryptozoology Museum or something along those lines. We did an episode on that when we went to. Well, it's actually in our Portland, Maine road trip episode where we went to this cryptozoology museum, and it's a cool museum. It's a really cool museum. It's 2 floors. It's not really big. You can go through it probably, I would say, like half an hour, but it's a really cool museum. So we're checking out if you're into cryptozoology. Alrighty, I guess all the spicy stuff. That makes my nose run. All righty, my apologies. Okay, so we're into our last snack. We might end a little bit early. I'll try to get the Goop Mail launch, and we'll try to end a little bit early, just so that you're not late going over to Tom's channel. I didn't want to interfere with Tom's channel when I set the time. We're doing kimchi. This is kimchi in a can. I eat kimchi all the time. I've never had kimchi out of a can. I usually buy the jars of kimchi. And if you go to an Asian grocery, they like some of them have more variety. If you go into like an H Mart, they have shelves and shelves and shelves in the refrigerated section of all kinds of different kimchi. And kimchi, uh, the process for making kimchi is the same, but it's made from a variety of things. They usually use something to ferment it, and usually shrimp paste or something like that to actually cause the fermentation. They use peppers. Um, Traditionally, what they would do is they would bury it in the ground in these earthenware jars. More modern ones, they have refrigerators that are set to the right temperature, and they don't necessarily do them in the earthenware jars anymore. but but kimchi is, if you go to a Korean restaurant, you get served what's called banchan, and banchan is those little plates that they bring out with you. You order a main course, and then they bring out, like, depending on how decent the place is, anywhere from four. Like sometimes some places are two, uh, maybe upwards of 8 or 10 plates. Now, when I say plates, they're not big plates. They're only about that big, and usually a good Korean restaurant will refill your banchan. So, like, when if there's anything you want, they'll bring you out more of it. But it's kind of like these little. They're not appetizers per se, but they're little side dishes, condiments, stuff like that. And it could be a variety of all kinds of different things. And kimchi is frequently used as a banchan. Is usually served as a banchan. Now, this is from A HoSan Kimchi. It is a product of Korea. A HoSan was founded in 1994 in Seoul, Korea. And again, I said kimchi can be a variety of different things. So mostly vegetables. I don't think they use any kind of meat or thing to make kimchi. It's mostly vegetables. But what is the most common vegetable used to make kimchi? And be specific as to what variety of vegetable it is. But what is the most common vegetable made to use kimchi? I mean, they use cucumbers, they use radishes, they use all kinds of other things. But what is the most common vegetable used to make kimchi? So again, kimchi, Korean style pickled cabbage. Uh, Oddly, I would think that the language on here would be in Korean, but there's all kinds of languages. It looks like there's German on here, there's Spanish on here. Um, what is unusual is that I do not see a P65 warning on here. That is a little bit unusual. But I like the fact that it comes in this little jar. I mean, this little can. What is not good about that is, if let's say you buy a jar of kimchi and you don't eat it all, then you put the lid back on the jar and you put it in the refrigerator. With this one, kind of almost have to eat the whole thing. Oh, that is like a deep red color. Look at that. All right, where's my fork? Here we go. Will cryptozoology hurt Superman because it sounds like kryptonite? I don't know. It depends on how strong like Sasquatch is, or the Loch Ness monster, or Mothman. This one is a little bit softer in texture. I like when it's like a little bit of a bite to it. The flavor is nice. It's really not as spicy. And as you get into it, there's a lot more liquid than typically there is in kimchi. Some of these have a tendency to be really salty. They do use a lot of salt in the fermentation of it. Some of them tend to be really salty. This one is not. So this one, most of the flavor is coming out of the sauce. But again, the vegetable in here, which I think is cabbage, if I'm not mistaken. They give you ingredients. Pickled cabbage. That's all they really say. Yeah, I just wish it was a little bit firmer, a little bit crispier. So it's a little bit. What's the term you use with vegetables that are kind of limp and soggy? I guess I don't know. I just kind of wish there was a little more of a bite to it, but the flavor is pretty good. I'm going to give it a. It's kimchi. There's nothing different or unusual or strange about it. I'm going to say thumbs in the middle, but trending upward. Thumbs in the middle, trending upward on that one. Alrighty, our question was, what is the most common vegetable used to make kimchi? Let's see. Ice Hand said Korean cabbage. Janice said Napa cabbage. Yeah, you're both right. Of course, it is in fact Napa cabbage. It is the most popular, but not the only one they use. Again, a lot of kimchi is radish kimchi, and the thing that's different about that is that there's going to be cubes of radish, but the process for making it is the same. The question you have to ask Tom: would Superman be weak if he time traveled to the Cryptozoic era? Was there a Cryptozoic era? I know there's a Mesozoic era. I didn't know there was a Cryptozoic era. Or it could just be a nice play on words. All right, we do have 15 minutes left, but I said I want to end a little bit early just so that you can go over to Tom's channel. So let's do a quick goop melange here. So let's start with the dry stuff first. Our Peeps cereal snack. Make sure we get some of those delicious marshmallows in there. And there aren't very many in there. Oh my God, that smell is like, it smells really sweet. All right, now let's put some of our HBAF, tteokbokki almonds in there. Those are really good. Really like those. All right, let's put some of our Flamin Hot dill pickle Cheetos in there. Yeah, Flamin Hot dill pickle Cheetos. I got that right. Sounded wrong when it was coming out of my mouth. That ought to be enough. And now our matcha green tea Oreos. It's so funny. I can smell the pickles. I can smell dill pickle, but I didn't really get a lot of that taste in there. Matcha, green tea, Oreos, Flamin Hot, dill pickle Cheetos, kimchi, and Peeps cereal. That's bizarre. All right, let's put some kimchi in there. Julie? What do you mean, Julie? Julie's just coming in. We're almost ready to end. I know, I get it. She comes in when we're doing goop mélange, and that way she can see everything at once. All right. And some of our Zack's Mighty Taquitos. Is today Sunday? Yes, it is, Sonic. Glad you could make it. Not only is it Sunday, but it's almost 3 p.m. Actually, it is Sunday in Australia, and I was hoping that Greg of tomorrow would be able to show up, but unfortunately, he cannot. We went out for lunch. No, I remember you saying you wouldn't be available today, Jules. I like those. And now this weird ass pickle thing. This is just plain weird. I don't know if I'm supposed to squeeze that or something. I don't know. Who knows? I can't open this because I have food all over my hands. And unfortunately, I didn't bring in. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I was going to say I didn't bring in like a finger bowl. I'll just wash my hands in my cup of water. Because I can't get the stupid gummy pickle open. It's like you get the plastic wet. Oh, there we go. I think there we go. It's rare to see your live stream on Saturday. It is rare, Sonic, but tomorrow is my 20th wedding anniversary. And so I am not live streaming tomorrow. So, and it's been a week since I live stream. I mean, I didn't live stream last week, so I didn't want to wait too long. I wanted to do a live stream. So I thought by doing it on Saturday that we might be able to get some Europeans on, and we might be able to get Australia on. But apparently, why can't I open this stupid thing? Thank you, Sonic. I can't believe that my wife has put up with me for 21 years. And I know I said my 20th wedding anniversary, but we were together for a year before we got married. That is one weird thing. This one has holes in it, like more holes in it. That doesn't want to cut with the. I have to use the scissors. That is some weird stuff right there. This is just really weird. Jules, have you seen these? Have you seen these, Jules? They're weird. There was two different flavors. There was a pickle one, the pickle one which I got. I can't remember what the other flavor was. They have these at Costco Swerve Market, but they're just weird. Which is why I rated them higher than they probably deserved to be rated, because there's no actual pickle flavor there. But I rated them higher just because they're weird, and that's how we roll here. Costco Swerve Market, Jules. All right, let's give this a shot. I think I'm going to try the spoon. Goop mélange, everybody. All right, here we go. See if we can get a little bit of everything. You sick due to cold or something. Eat something. What? You sick due to cold or eat something spicy. Your nose be running. Spiciness, the spicy stuff. This this Jack Link's hot meat snack is hot. There's no pussyfooting around it. It's hot. Why does this taste decent? It shouldn't, but it does. So the thing is that that pickle adds or that pickle thing adds an interesting flavor to it. It's not the flavor of pickle, but it's not a bad flavor either. Oh, thank you, Tom. Tom's getting ready for his show. We will finish here momentarily. Peep cereal with tteokbokki almonds, with green matcha tea Oreo, with Flamin Hot taquitos. And that is one really odd combo. Now here's the thing. It's really odd. There's a lot of strange flavors in there, but they don't clash. It actually works. There's a huge variety of textures in there, which is really strange on your palate. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. It's a thumbs in the middle because no one in their right mind would actually serve something like that. But it has interesting flavor. Like they got pockets of different flavors. There's interesting flavors and interesting textures in there, so make it really interesting. So again, it's something that you would never eat, but in eating it, it's not too bad. So yeah, thumbs in the middle on that. So I thank those of you who came over on a Saturday to see us. Again, we'll not be live streaming tomorrow, my 20th wedding anniversary. So we're looking forward to having a nice day together. And I hope to be back with you again soon on a regular schedule. Maybe probably next week. We'll play it by ear and let you know what's going on next week. Hope to be back on a regular schedule next week. And I appreciate you guys taking part of your Saturday. I know some people are working, probably why we didn't have as many people on today. I was hoping we'd have more, but as long as we have you guys, you're a great community. Love you guys, and it's a very, very important and enjoyable part of my week to come here and do this with you. So I really, really appreciate it. Right, thank you so much. I also will remind you to check out other people's channels. If you jump from here, I think it's not like Twitch where I can like throw you over to, we can raid somebody else's stream. Not like we can do that, but I just will remind you that Tom, old guy in Colorado, he's going to be streaming. He's making goulash today, and he's going to be streaming immediately after we sign off here. So go over there and check his channel out. But please, I want you to enjoy the spring, but I want you to take care, and I want you to be good to others and be good to yourself. So take these other channels that we know folks from and everything, show them some love. If you have not subscribed to their channel, subscribe to their channel. We're about 56 subscribers away from 6,000. So as soon as we do that, these are a few of my least favorite things is going to happen. I appreciate your support. Love doing this, and I love doing this for you and with you. So I thank you all so much. But just remember that it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.